Okay, this is this diary entry, Josh's video diary, is about time shift, which is kind of like time lapse. But before I do this, I turn this 360 around. Yes, you can look to what I'm looking at. You can look around. You can look around my room, and look at this nice sunset. Actually, I missed the nice part of it, but it's still quite nice. Have a look. And check out this view as well. Great, huh? Anyway, turn your camera, not camera, turn your view back to me, because we're going to be looking at some footage that I shot. And also, this is like a diary. This is like my personal diary. So don't expect any very polished editing and slick effects and all that. It's just me talking and trying out things in my life. And right now, I've got a new Insta360 X3, which I am trying out. In fact, I'm finding out a lot of these things that most people probably wouldn't know, because a lot of reviewers, they kind of, they get a camera, they don't really test it for days and days and weeks, but I do, so maybe I can offer something a little different for you. Check out this time lapse I did at night. It's so jerky. I think it's going to give me, it'll probably give you a seizure. All right, full screen it. Oh, I wish you could do this on YouTube. See how I can go close and look around, and I can also zoom out, and I can make it wider, and I'll play it. It's gonna give you a seizure. That's me walking with the camera. But this is time-lapse mode, which it doesn't stabilize it, which is fine because there's time shift. But the advantage of time-lapse is it gives you 8K. Don't know why they couldn't include the gyro settings, but it's probably too much for the little GPU in this camera. GPU? CPU. Anyway, it's too much for the chip in the camera to process. So unfortunately, you do get 8K, but you can't really move the camera around unless you want to give people a seizure. It doesn't really look very smooth, but that's okay because I'll get to it. Now, this is set to take one shot every 0.2 seconds. So actually it's a very slow time lapse. I'll probably test that with a 1 second or something, because it may not be as jittery if I do that, and it might look good. It might look like a stop motion thing. Now, just before I mentioning brain's not working today. Mentioning time stop motion. There's some guy on YouTube. I'll probably put a link to it. He accidentally did the same thing. He shot on time lapse instead of time shift, but his interval was much slower, I think. This is the 0.2 seconds, not to be confused with one shot every 2 seconds or something like that. So he got a cool effect. I like it. I'm going to test that later. But I've only got so many hours in the day, so I thought I'd show you this. This is 0.2 seconds on time lapse. Doesn't look great, but yeah, if you make it longer, the duration longer, it might look cool. Like the other guy. And I go check that video. I'll put a link in the description. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this whole video right after this, but I don't really expect you to, I'll grade it too. This is in log, so it's a bit washed out and stuff. But I'll play the whole thing. Now, this goes for 2 minutes and 5 seconds, but just have a quick look and then skip through it. If you look at the playhead thing, like YouTube has this thing, I'm pointing to it with my finger. So if you're looking at my face, you're going to have to turn the camera around. But The playhead, I'll use the cursor, is this thing, and it marks segments. So you can see this thing 2 minutes, and you'll see a line, and then you can jump back, and then I'll talk about... actually, I should talk about it now. Yeah, so you notice I don't cut on this channel. It's like my diary, so it's like I'm not trying to get a million views. But okay, I'll put that in the after I talk about the next bit. So that's that's the time lapse. Next, I just did it actually just now. Is time shift, and this is the one you got to use. And why did it play on that screen? Now this one, it only lets you do 5.6K, so you don't get all that nice. Why does it look? Oh yeah, it looks like that. It doesn't look great when you pause it. I guess the compression. Now, if you do time shift, all over the place. But it does tell you that time lapse is not for time lapse is not really meant for moving the camera, but time shift is. So this one is time shift, and it's quite cool. It's 360 again, so you can look around, you can zoom out. I wish you can't zoom out because YouTube doesn't have that. Well, I have to find a different platform to upload it to, which will let you zoom out, because I'm looking at the file on my hard drive in VLC, and look, I can do this view. This is like, I can't do the tiny plant, but it looks really tacky. But this is like a super fisheye view when I zoom all the way out. And then I can zoom all the way in. Look at this guy. So I can zoom in and check out his... I think that's a COVID air purifier. I can zoom around. But I think YouTube kind of has a default view. You can't zoom, which is kind of annoying. Oh, also I turned off the... what's it called? The thing on the side where the two lenses stitch. There's like, I turned that off because it looks weird when you're moving a lot. So anyway, this thing is much smoother. It's really fast though. Like, this is me walking. This is me at a walking pace. You get to watch me eat. So if you're doing time shift, you can't actually slow it down. When you do time shift, you can choose the interval, but when you do time lapse, you can choose the interval. But on time shift, you can't choose the interval. So this is as slow as you can go. You look at the traffic there, because now it's like... So this is as slow as you can go, without slowing it down in post. Probably won't look that good, because it's going to have to interpolate the frames. You have a frame and you have the next frame, and it has to make up the middle frame, and it never really does a great job because it's hard to do that unless you have really good AI, and I don't have access to that kind of AI yet. But anyway, it's getting long. This video is long, 8 minutes. Oh, I also need to pause it. I cut it by about 15 minutes because I found the lip sync, the audio shifts a bit. So after about 15 minutes, I can just fix it in post and do a clapper at the end. Yeah, I'll do that. It's kind of annoying. I wish I didn't have to go back and fix it, but at least you can go back and fix it if you know how. You need Final Cut or Premiere or DaVinci or something. And it's kind of annoying, but anyway, at least you can fix it. And then the video will automatically cut at 29 minutes and then have a 3-second pause and then keep going. So that's also annoying. Maybe the next version, X4, they'll fix that. But it's workable. I do like this camera a lot. I've been posting on the Facebook page saying, oh, can anyone replicate this? And even if no one fixes, if this is the only camera that has this issue, which I'm pretty sure everyone has it, because it's not... I had this on the X2. Anyway, let's talk about the time shift. So this is me eating, which it's stationary and it's stable, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's 5.6K. It's not the full 8K, but then again, you need a really beefy computer if you're trying to edit 8K video. which I have. This is the M1 Max computer. Yeah, it's like one of the fastest laptops available right now. But most people don't have that. Most people are just using their phones to edit. So, and then the chips need to. This camera already overheats occasionally. So, I guess they need to wait till the chips get a bit faster, which is annoying because there's still a bit of a chip shortage. And World War III. Oh, check out my view. World War III is about to start, so we might not ever get there. Hang on, let's have a break because this is really long. Check out the view now outside. And I'll do the other window too. Now, I just showed you my studio and stuff, and some smart guy can probably figure out exactly where it is from triangulation and all that. But don't worry, I got some pretty good security here. So yeah, some people might want to come and steal this nice camera here, or this Insta360. But you're gonna have to get past the security first, and I'm ready, so I wouldn't try it if I were you. Anyway, back to the video. So I think this is a bit fast for walking, but it's okay. It's like, if it's too slow, I had to pick up my SD card from NAS. If it's slower, then you might as well just shoot it normally, right? You might as well not bother with the time shift, or it's also known as a hyperlapse. You might as well just shoot it normally if you want to go slower. And you can speed it up in post without losing quality because it will just chuck frames out. The problem is when it doesn't have that frame in the middle to slow it down. But yeah, this is so cool. I wish you could zoom in and out on YouTube. It's not Insta360's fault, but see, look at that. That's a cool view. It's distorted, but like this is like, look at that one. It's like, this is like a tool that you get you a interesting shot that you can't get on another camera, right? Like, this is kind of unique to 360 cameras. Or you could also stitch it, use some panoramic heads or something, shoot at 360 with a still camera. But anyway, it's quite cool. You can be really creative with it. I hope it doesn't get too cliched, but you know, it gets lame if everyone does it too much. I'd like to set this on a tripod somewhere and get a whole sunset. I might do that later. But yeah, this is quite cool. Now I'm on the market. I should do a different type of video because I've been playing around streaming stuff. Too much meandering going on. So I'm going to put both videos in their entirety after I sign off on here. And then, like I said before, you'll have the playhead and you'll be able to see when it ends. So the first one will be that really jittery time lapse, which doesn't have the stabilization, but that's okay. They told us about it. And then the next video, so that's 2 minutes, will be a 3-minute and 37-second video of me eating noodles again. This is like my favorite place. However, the guy told me, oh, there's like one really rude waiter there. He's like, I won't rag on him too much. I think he's got some mental issues. But it's just very unfriendly and he looks very angry and I get a bad vibe about him. But he told me no filming. Which is fine, it is their shop, but, oh, I should mention, like, I did film because I was very naughty, because, with the Insta360, you can turn off the screen and you can turn off the light and just put it on the table and no one even knows you're filming. It's a great spy camera. You know, no one watches this channel and I don't really want everyone to watch it, so it's probably no one's gonna hear me say this stuff, so that's probably a good thing. But yeah, okay, so that's it. I'm not gonna say a hi and subscribe at the end of the video. I'm just gonna let it finish. So I'm gonna say it now. Oh, it's all dark here. Okay, one more. Since I'm testing everything, it's gotten really dark here. Oh, I need to do the clapper as well because I need to sync the sound. Otherwise, my lip movements are going to be all weird. I hope they fix it. I'm kind of gonna send them some files to see if they can sort out the problem. But yeah, the support. There's some guy on the Facebook support. He said, "Oh, send us the files," and sure, I'll send it to you. But it's a 29-minute file. It's a really big file. I'll upload it. It's gonna take a while. But you can just test out your lip sync. Just get, I'm sure you have cameras. You make them. Get your Insta360 camera, hit record, wait till the 27th minute, and then talk to it, and then look and see if the lip sync is right. And also do a clapper, because that's a better way to tell. Why do you need me to send you my files that are out of sync for you to test it? You know what I mean? Anyway. 16 minutes. See, like, no one else has this problem except me, because I'm the only one that's, like, talks so long on these, diary entries. Everyone else is jumping off a cliff into water, and their video lasts for, like, 3 seconds max. But good thing I'm here to make these cameras better. I like these cameras a lot. I hope you can make them even more awesome. Because not being able to sync audio is really lame. It looks terrible. But it only happens at the end of the video. So only I have that problem. Anyway, let's have a look at the night view. It might be too dark, but oh well, have a look anyway. Alright, that's that side. That's a really cool shot. Another thing I should mention, since we are talking about time lapses and stuff, is okay. It would be cool, like, they actually give you a lot of customization. I'm quite happy with it. Like, you can do max ISO, or you can set it to a specific ISO. You can set your shutter speed. You can do all that. It's really good. Like, I'm a professional videographer and photographer, so I know how to do manual. I can do manual on one of them. I can shoot photos and video, and I know how to adjust it. Most people don't, but because Insta360 give you that manual control, or mostly manual control, like, it's not like full manual, but you get like a lot of customization, and it's enough for me. I'm really happy with it. So, like, I'm happy with the level of being able to customize it. Not happy that it can't synchronize my voice, but I'm gonna fix it on this video. I didn't actually fix it on the other videos that I posted, because you kind of need to see how bad it looks. Anyway, time lapse. One thing I do wish is to be able to do a time lapse with a longer exposure. Like, I think the longest exposure I can do is 1/30th of a second, which is okay. But if you're shooting like this, right? Look at this. If you're shooting like a nighttime shot, it would be so cool to be able to do like a 15th of a second. Yeah, or a 10th of a second, or half a second, or something like that. Because it's dark here, and the sensors on the Insta360 X3, they're small. They're fine for most uses, but if you want to shoot at night, then not quite the right tool for the job. Yeah, would be cool to get a nighttime 360 shot. But anyway, there's cameras for different use purposes. Like, Like this one, very pro-minded. This is a A7R Mark III, and that's not even the newest camera I have in the Sony range. But I use it for a webcam because it's like a spare camera. You know what? I'm going to talk to 29 minutes because I can practice. Oh, I can synchronize the sound for once and do the clapper and then make it look good, which is make it look and sound good. Because that's what I mean. That's what we get cameras for, right? We want to make things look good. We want things to sound good. And yeah, you could. I got a comment. The guy sort of has a point, but I don't really agree. They're saying, "Oh, this camera is like only $1,000 or whatever it is," and 30 years ago, you'd have to spend $20,000 to get a VHS camera, and the image quality isn't good. So you shouldn't complain. But I think you should complain. Like, no one wants to. When you get a camera, you expect the sound sync to match throughout the whole video. Like the start, yeah, it works. Middle, mostly works. Towards the end, very off sync. I also put, okay, you know what? I'll put some videos that are very obvious. I've got like 3 videos where the sync is really bad. You go to the 26th minute, 28th minute, and like, oh, it looks like I overdubbed because it's out of sync so much. My movements are totally off, and the sound sounds like someone, like, I went back and recorded it badly, like a kung fu movie from the 80s. I really should stop talking about it, but it really annoys me because I'll just mention it briefly because I'll probably do a whole nother video and whinge about it. But this is my this is like you're watching my video diary. This is my diary. This is my thoughts. It's not. I'm not even saying it's a review. Probably no one's going to watch this, and it's just me practicing being on camera. And I really, check out my mirror. I really want to be able, look, ideally I want to have a 360 camera to do vlogs, video logs. I want to just hit record and record it and then upload it. Use auto color, have everything nice. I don't want to bring it through Final Cut and fix up things and synchronize the sound and grade the log, color profile, make the colors nice. Because sometimes you just want a quick and easy video. I don't want to go back and on a half-hour video, go back and spend an hour on it to fix things or to make it better. Like you notice in this video, I've just been talking. I just talk, and then that's it. I'm not editing. There's not a single cut. Like if I make a mistake and say something wrong, or there's like my brain's not working properly, and I don't know what to say. Well, that stays in the video, which is, I think, quite cool. No one else really does that. It's like everything's raw and natural, and it's not all polished. And like life isn't always edited so nicely and shiny and bling bling, you know? Like sometimes it's nice just to be yourself and make a mistake, throw it out there on this channel. So that is probably why the lip sync annoys me, because I would just upload this video straight off. I would do the color, I wouldn't do log, I'd set it to their standard color, and then I could just upload it, and I'd probably end up talking for more than an hour. So if I go over 29 minutes, I could just upload the 1 hour video. No one's gonna watch it. Maybe me, and maybe I'll watch it later to review my progress and my screen presence and how I went. And maybe I'll watch it 30 years later when I'm really old and like I'm dying, or I'm just an old. Actually, I'll just be an older man, and I'll be like, oh, I remember that time I got a Insta360 camera, and what did my life look like? Well, maybe in the future I want to look back at that. So, yeah. So I kind of wish that it could get a nice file out of camera. But yeah, I'll update you if they fix it, because it should be something that's fixable in a firmware update. Like every other camera on the planet pretty much can synchronize audio and visual properly. I should mention that I'm actually good at synchronizing it, because sometimes you do a video production and you've got like a whole bunch of these cameras. Like I'll have a main camera, side camera, two main cameras, a close-up camera, and I'll even get the sound from the mixer, from their professional mics. I might capture the room sound. I have all these audio sources, and I need to synchronize them, and sometimes they're a little slower or faster because the clocks on the recorders are not totally exactly timed. Like it might be a 2-hour conference talk or something. So anyway, I do know how to synchronize all that. I just wish for a vlog entry I didn't have to. Anyway, this has meandered a lot. I got off topic because, yeah, I really find it annoying. Oh, I should also mention for vlogs that I wish they'd also let you choose which camera. Like there's two lenses, which one is the front? Because for vlogs I want to be looking at myself, and I want, when you load the video, 27 minutes, 2 more minutes, almost there. I kind of want, when you look at the when you come back and when I upload it to YouTube, I want people to click on the video, and then the first thing they see is my face, not the wrong side of the camera. Does that make sense? Because it's a vlog, I'm talking. I could turn the camera around, but then the screen is on like the back of the camera, kind of like a traditional camera, like this camera here. I've got to do this one-handed. The screen is on the back, right? But the thing with a 360 camera is you've got a lens in the front and a lens on the back, and sometimes you want to record yourself. Some of these cameras can flip the screen around, but you can't on this one. I can't show you. I only got one hand. Unless I put the stand on, which is great. The stand is that. The 2-in-1 stand is excellent. I got to do the clapper anyway, so it's a good thing it's on a stand. I got like a minute left. Yeah, so you can't. The older Sonys, you can't flip the screen around. I actually got a monitor so I could watch it. Put another screen and monitor myself. Anyway, I have 40 seconds. It's time to finally check the sound synchronization. Here's some claps. If you go and edit, you can see a spike where the sound is, and you can match it to the action where the thing goes together. And I will talk a bit closer so you can see my lip movements. Check, check, check. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And then that's it. I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to put the 2 time lapses next. So, yeah, that's the video and the diary entry. Bye.